Welcome to the section on About Us. Do you know that statistically, after the homepage, the About Us page is actually the second most visited page on any website? It's quite weird actually, because most people are only interested in themselves. But I suppose, it's about trying to understand who they're partnering with, what are the credentials of that company, where did they actually come from in terms of, what it is they've done, what is their track record. And fair enough, that is very, very important, because so many people make mistakes in property. You've heard the statistics before. 80% of people that invest in South Africa are dissatisfied with their property. Over 80% of people that invest overseas actually lose money. So it is absolutely critical that you have the right partners and the right information. So who are we? We're a company that was started in 2004. My background is property and property development. I actually studied construction management at the University of Cape Town, and then at the age of 21 I moved over to London and I went and worked for one of the biggest developers. I did a master's degree in construction IT, and while I was overseas working for that developer, I was buying properties back home. I found it extremely difficult to do international investment, dealing with estate agents, with lawyers, with banks, etc, etc, etc. I bought my first South African home at the age of 22 and my first English home at the age of 24. And really, it was a combination of two things. I created great wealth through property, and I wanted to share that with people. One of the philosophies that we built our business upon is Zig Ziglar, and we say, you can get anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. So on that basis, I'd done really well with some of my business partners in our properties, and I wanted to share that knowledge and that skills with other people. But on the other hand, I had this huge problem of trying to invest internationally, and my belief was that the world was going global. People were no longer just interested in investing in their back doorstep. A while ago it was all about just investing. Literally, if you're in Johannesburg, to invest in Cape Town was a massive thing. But as the world gets smaller, as we become a global village, people are now looking for the best returns, not just in South Africa, but also internationally. And so we set up a business that I actually resigned in 2003 to set it up. And ultimately, we started off selling South African properties to expats in London. Then we had offices in South Africa and London, and we were dealing with a lot of property players here in South Africa. And we're dealing with these property players in South Africa, and they wanted to invest in London. So we launched a London opportunity. At the back end of 2007, I was really at the point of being gutful with London. I'd been there 9 years. So for personal reasons, I came home to live amongst this magnificent scenery and with this fantastic weather. But also from a business perspective, it made absolutely no sense to me that Mary Picken, a fantastic estate agent that sells a property in Bryanston and is an expert in the Bryanston market, now suddenly comes along to a trade show and tries to sell you a house in London or in Australia. And so I wanted to come home and really focus on that niche market to help people make educated and informed decisions when they invest overseas. And that was really when we ramped things up. We became the #1 operator in terms of helping people invest in London. And then when we were sitting with clients, we always found that one client wanted London and one more client wanted Australia. And so we spent over a year. It took 4 trips to Australia. We absolutely pride ourselves on dealing with the best of breed partners on the ground in those countries. And after 4 trips to Australia and an entire year, we finally found our best of breed partners in Australia, and we actually launched the Australian solution. And this year we're looking to launch the American solution. Again, I went in 2010. I spent a month in America. I think there's massive opportunity, but there's also huge risk, and I wasn't personally comfortable to invest myself because I couldn't find a partner on the ground that I trusted. But I believe the market has turned now. I believe that there's significant opportunity there. I've been working with some people for over 2 years. My trust levels have increased. They have now a proven track record, and so we want to go into the American market. And that is really how we roll as with regards to our company. The interesting thing is our business model is very simple. We literally do 2 things. The first thing is we educate, and the second thing is we provide solutions. By educating people, we can help them make informed decisions so that they can ultimately get the objectives of what they're trying to achieve. And then once they know what they want to achieve, we help them find solutions in terms of where they are. It's been a very successful business model. We've helped over 2,000 people invest in international property to a value of over 1.6 billion rand. And really, that is a massive amount of experience that we've gained over the last 7 or 8 years since the company actually started. The thing is, what we also pride ourselves on is that last year over 67% of our sales was on repeat customers. At the end of the day, I believe in business, it's not just about what happens when things go well, It's about what happens when things go badly. You know, in property, we can't guarantee that nothing's going to go wrong, but what we can guarantee is we're going to be your partner in the process. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to try and make that journey as smooth as possible. And just as testament to that, we've got a whole section on testimonials, both video and written. Go and read them. Those are from clients that have been through our experience. They've enjoyed the journey with us. And sure, some of them have had complications, but we've held their hand through the process and we've come up with solutions for them in terms of where they actually are. The third section is accreditation and social proofing. We were the first company ever to be awarded as a member of the AIPP, which is the Association of International Property Professionals. It's an elite organization run out of London where there's a code of ethics. You've got to have a certain level of experience, you've got to have a certain level of service delivery, and by doing that you join this elite team of companies that provide an international property service. As I said to you, the Association of International Property Professionals. We were very proud to be the first South African company to actually be nominated and awarded the prestigious honor of joining the organization. And also we won the award for the best company in Africa with regards to sales and marketing and offshore property investment. So really is something that you should look out for. We've got it, and if you are dealing with people, it is something that is very, very important to find out. So I believe that accreditation is absolutely vital. And then the second part is social proofing. You know, the world has changed. If you go on eBay nowadays, you only buy from someone that has a proven track record, the number of stars that they rate or the performance that they do. If you look at My Way in South Africa, the insurance agency, it's completely about transparency. Everyone knows in business that nothing goes perfectly all the time. And as I've said before, it's not what you do when it's working, it's what you do when it's not working. And so we have a complete social proofing strategy. We have an open and transparent feedback on our survey, and you will actually see that all our clients that have bought through us fill in a survey, and the results are posted online so that you've got access to it. We're very proud at the moment. I think we're sitting somewhere along the lines of 78% of people gave us 5 out of 5. Excellent service in terms of our delivery and what we actually do. And interestingly enough, the other 22% of people gave us a 4 out of 5. So you know, that is something that we're proud of. We absolutely, our client is our most passionate thing. We fall in love with our client. And because of that, we want to literally change the quality of our client's life. And by doing that, we want to turn those clients into raving fans. And most importantly, you know, at the end of the day, that is what that social proofing is about, so that you can go and see what other clients have been through, their experiences, and it can give you confidence and peace of mind that when you invest through us, you can invest with confidence in terms of where they're doing. The fourth section is about giving back. You know, we live in a fantastic country, but there's also big challenges in this country. And so IPS, I personally have made a lot of money out of property myself. I help high net worth people invest in property both in South Africa and overseas, and our philosophy is that we've all benefited by and through the use of property. And it comes back to that quote by Zig Ziglar: you can have anything in life you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. My belief is that I am passionate about this country. Our belief in terms of the company is that we're passionate about this country and we want to stay here for many generations. But to do that, to ensure the future of this country, we have to educate the children. We have to give the children the biggest opportunity that they've got. And for that reason, we support 2 charities. We support Tree, which is one of the biggest charities in early childhood education. Do you know that you grow 85% of your knowledge before the age of 7? And unfortunately, the government puts in less than 1% of the education budget into early childhood education. And so what we do is Tree stands for Teachers, Resources and Early Education, and they actually train teachers in early education. And for every £500 or roughly 6,000 Rand that you raise, you train 1 teacher. And so every year IPS helps out not only in a hands-on environment with their marketing, but also in fundraising, but also in terms of our donations, in terms of where they are. The other charity that we support is the Leisure Education Trust. And there they take very bright kids from underprivileged backgrounds and they put them into Model C schools so that they can have a great education and a great start in life. And for the last 3 years, we've actually been sponsoring a child to go through that process so that they can have the best start in life and make a massive difference to our country. Really, from our side, we work on the philosophy, and I copied it from Google, and it's subsequently been copied by Facebook as well, the 1-1-1 principle. 1% of all our profit goes to our charities. 1% of all our team's time goes to actually physically spending time and helping out. and then 1% of the equity is actually owned by those charities in terms of giving back, so that they can benefit as our company grows through South Africa and the offshore markets. We can give back to South Africa and to the future of South Africa in terms of where we're going. We've got some of the best partners. We pride ourselves on best of breed partners. I honestly believe the biggest thing that I've learned, mainly through hardship over the last 15 years and our team, is that it's really who to partner with and who not to partner with. It's who to understand and find out who are the best of breed partners. Who are the people in Australia that help Australians buy property? Who are the people in England? Who are the people in America? We want to deal with the people that are authentic, that are on the ground, that are trustworthy, that you would literally be happy to sell a property to your sister based on them and their recommendations. And these things take a lot of time, they take a lot of trust. It takes many years to build up that type of relationship. But we pride ourselves on having best of breed partners on the ground in the strategic countries that we help people invest in. And then lastly, it's our affiliates. We're very, very proud to say that we partner and affiliate with many and some of the best brands in this country. Things like ABSA Private Wealth, Private Property, Prop24, BDO, just to name a few. There's many, and I'm not going to mention them all. But the Network Migration is another one, where companies, we add value to them and we provide a service and a solution that their clients are looking for. And in the process, you know, we provide a great service to them. And I believe it's testament to our company, to our after sales, to our delivery, but also to those companies that we can add massive value to their clients in terms of where they are and what they're actually doing. The fourth section is examples of properties that and the problems that people have faced. I've said this many times before. In business, it's not all about when things go right. In fact, I believe that a testament to your character is not about how it goes when it's going right, it's how it goes when it's going wrong. And there's multiple examples there. We had a huge problem in England where people bought property in 2008. They actually had a mortgage approval in place. One of our clients, as example, had a mortgage from Barclays Bank. Nothing changed in her circumstances except the global financial crisis, and Barclays Bank changed their whole legislation, and because of that they then declined her mortgage, and she was looking to lose her 10% deposit. And I just explained in that section the lengths that we've gone to, the flights we've had, flying to Namibia to help clients, flying to Germany to help clients, making sure on a particular house where the brickwork wasn't up to standard that the builder came back and rendered or plastered the entire building, and that meant that he didn't get a profit, but our client got a good property. So they're all the stories of how we've gone that extra mile. You know, it's not just for us about helping you invest in one property. We're about long-term investment. We're about building a relationship. We're about helping you build one, then two, then three, then four, building a portfolio, ultimately so that you can create wealth through property, and you can also preserve wealth through property in terms of where you are. And then as a business, we are constantly striving to be the best. We continue striving to provide you with the best possible solution and services to radically outperform your expectations. But to do that, we also make mistakes. So we've got a box there on suggestions and feedbacks. We welcome your feedback, whether it's positive or negative, because at the end of the day, we're all about that process, that Kaizen process of constantly getting better, constant and never-ending improvement, so that we can continually give you a better and better and better service. So please, leave us your suggestions, leave us your thoughts and your feedback. And then lastly, obviously, you've got the contact us, where you've got all our details so that you can actually go through and you know, get hold of any one of our team, whether it's on the telephone, by email, or even through, you know, one of our chat functions, so that you can get hold of us straight away. But that's all about us. You know, at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that when it comes to property, it's about being with partners that actually invest themselves. It's being with partners that travel to those international destinations. It's being with partners that understand those, you know, that have been there, that have the track record. And if you do that, then you won't be part of those 80% of people that are dissatisfied with their property, or with the ones that actually lose money. Our belief is that with our track record, with our team, with our IT and our sophisticated systems, and the fact that we like to stay ahead of the trend, our vision is to be the #1 company worldwide in terms of providing an offshore property solution, and to revolutionize it through the use of IT. And by doing that, we can help them invest with confidence. Enjoy.